Hello, those who picked picked number 28. This is your reading. I've already shuffled it. I'm just gonna cut it. And here we go. Queen of Swords, the Sun, Queen of Wands. Okay. I'm just gonna do one more card. Alright. So let me just take a moment to gather this information. Alright. So, you may come across a situation where you feel like you have to fight back, and you feel like it's from a place of like, this is what you need to do, right? But I'm getting that the reaction that you should be responding to it is that you should observe the situation. Try not to act hastily. There is someone who will be coming to assist you in the situation that you feel troubled about. I think it's not, because these two are flipped upside down. This is the Sun card flipped upside down. I'm also getting the sense that you're not, it's making you become a person that you don't want to be. You want to be able to overcome the situation and find resolution, but the path that you're going on now, that celebration is not going to come. You want him to come out of the situation as a victor. Another way of interpreting these cards too is that you're also being blindsided by something that's not allowing you to carry out your plan. Also sensing some sense of like a retaliation or taking what you've learned about other people and using it against them. There's a tendency to perpetuate that habit. Could be that you're too prideful to own up to these tendencies that you have. You know, other people see that you're quite a prideful person, but you're oblivious to it. Another card. Ace of Wands. That was reversed. Inability to adapt. Because there's a salamander here. They can survive in moist environments. When I think about salamanders too, they are amphibians. They're known for frogs anyways. They're known for their phases of growth, right? From tadpoles all the way up into adulthood. So I think about it as adaptability and having the ability to adapt, or opportunities to adapt, but it's flipped upside down. Something's not allowing you to adapt to the situation. And it could be pride. I'm sensing that with this. A lot of fire and air energy. So you could either be a fire sign and your moon is air, or your air sign and your moon is an air sign. And so what we know about those two is that air can potentially blow up fire, or it can fuel the fire. I think that's also where that stubbornness comes from, where that pridefulness comes from. So you're in a way blocking your opportunities. Five of Cups. See here? It's almost like self-sabotaging and being so consumed with what your needs are, you forget who else needs to be saved, right? And your cups are poured. So, divulging in the self. Once you overcome this, though, you'll have to deal with this. You'll have to deal with the fact that you're going to have to face that pride in a situation where either someone is going to have to show you that with this Three of Swords or Eight of Swords, where someone's going to have to show you that. You're going to have to let down your pride for you to be able to see how prideful you are, or how you in a way get in the way of your own successes, right? Because the Three of Cups for me is about celebrating that success. with others, but it's flipped upside down. So it's kind of like your cup is empty. Your cup is flipped upside down like these two. Along with this one too, where there's 2 swords below. You've lost 2 friends because you're so fixated on, you know, the trophy, the prize, and winning them for yourself, that the people who are supposed to be your friends are like, you know what? Fine, you can keep these 2. We don't want it. King of Wands is upside down. That could potentially be your demise. That stubbornness. Could it also be that you're too focused on trying to align yourself with those who you think have it better? And so, in a way, you're desperately trying to curate your life. Yeah. With this card here, the 4 of Swords, what I'm seeing too, and it's flipped upside down, is that let's see, it's that you're not allowing yourself to be defeated too. You're not allowing yourself to rest. You are just so overwhelmed, overcome with pride that you can't even face your own defeat. Right? So I'm getting the feeling that you're going to be going down this path for a long, long time. Even when you do it to yourself. You see the noose on his feet. It's going back to self-sabotage, the idea of self-sabotage. Tower moment. Everything crashing. What's also dangerous about this, well, I shouldn't say dangerous. What I like to caution about this situation too is, even when you're in a situation where everything is going as bad as it possibly could, but you just keep trying to salvage everything is good rather than letting yourself be defeated. So you can walk people right into disaster, putting them at risk, right? So the whole point in acknowledging your defeat is knowing when too much is too much, where you're not gonna lead people who don't deserve it into destruction and chaos. So either you have to acknowledge that now and process that, or you're going to get to a point where this tower moment is going to happen. You're going to be oblivious to it, and you're going to lose a lot of people. You're going to lose a lot of people. You're going to lose a lot of people, but that's going to be meant for you to deal with that. The last card that comes out is the Wheel of Fortune. What else? King of Swords. In a way, all of this is happening because it's part of your karmic cycle. It's part of your karmic cycle. You keep doing these things because there's something that you have to cut cords with. Figure out what you have to cut cords with. Why does pride exist in you? Where does this pride come from? Is it from a childhood memory? Is it from a childhood experience? Why is it that you are too prideful to admit some of the things that you've done? do you want to prevent this situation from happening, right? When I see this flipped upside down, it's that, yes, you're going to have to, when it's upright, yes, you're going to experience a moment where everything's just going to come crumbling down, but it's going to get picked back up. It's going to be okay. But this card is upside down, so it means that when it happens and it comes and you're not able to overcome your own pridefulness, it's just gonna crumble down. You're not gonna know how to bring it back up. Right? Even with this card, the King of Swords, being prideful, it's your karma. Either cutting cords with that now, or this is the path that you will go. This is the direction you will be going into. You're just gonna continue being that person who just keeps walking people into disaster. So it's something that you have to be able to see and own up to it in order to heal it. Cut cords with those karmic ties. If it's relating to a family member or a childhood memory, address, confront it. Revisit that child. Let them know it's okay. Let them know that it's okay to fail. Let them know that failure is necessary for you to grow. Rather than allowing them to trudge along and lead themselves into doom or chaos or disaster. And the dangerous part about that is when you're oblivious to what is disaster or what is chaos, you lead other people into disaster and chaos with you. Pride will make you become blind of bad toxic situations. Pride allows you to be okay with toxic situations. So those who picked pile or number 28, this is your reading. I do apologize if it's very choppy. I've been doing readings back to back, and so I didn't have a chance to have a bite, and so I was eating a nectarine. But I do apologize if that was really annoying. I promise I won't do it ever again. But I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next reading.